not gonna buy a fucking thing Twitch Strike this summer. I don't know why they bothered. I have money. Okay, how am I coming through now? You're sure that your Twitch audio was like pulled all the way up, all that jazz? Wow, this is the first time I've ever gotten as many as 5 viewers, and you're just gonna sit here and watch me fuck up the audio, and that's a great feeling for everybody involved, I'm sure. Okay, let's try this. Okay, testing. I can't even get into the fucking yellow if I'm like screaming at point blank. Is it this? No, I'm testing. It's definitely not going through my laptop mic. It's coming through this. The pop filter. I'm pulling the pop filter away. It's not really getting... My mouth is practically on it. That's forcing into yellow. Like, is this coming through all right? Because, I mean, it's showing up yellow. If this isn't like, sufficiently loud, I don't know what the hell we can even do. Okay, so hold on. So to clarify, is this volume great or is this volume great? My Windows, honestly, I have an audio guy, but he's at work right now, so I don't think this even does what I'm. Oh, is this? I don't think this is a problem. I don't think this is relevant. Recording devices, that could be relevant. Okay. Okay, so, oh, what the fuck? No. Okay, this should not be lighting up. What the hell? I mean, you guys see this, right? Like, I'm speaking right into the blue snowball, so this, but it's not, yeah, what the hell? It's, my God. Okay, friend, am I, all right, is this really how this is going to be? Is this really how it's going to do me? Is this really what's going to fucking happen right now? I can't believe this shit. Okay, how about, oh, this might be it. Okay, did I just figure out what the fuck I fucked up? How is this coming through? How am I coming through? Well, let me get the pop filter in place. How am I coming through? Oh, that looks loud as fuck. All right, great that we're coming through on a nice level. All right. Well, let's see if I can actually do something interesting after having to deal with that. I feel really silly now because I definitely set that mic level down at some point. To bring us back up to speed, we are figuring out the Republic for Yvropa Burning. This is going to be about half of the fluff content for the expansion, so this is quite a bit. We've got the usual format here, as you can see in the main rule book. Lots of things, and then we get into the individual states, and we are still we're lining up the topmost portion here for the Republic, and then we're going to dive into its individual states. Now here we've got a rough outline, and yeah, I did most of this on stream a few hours ago. We're going to go until 5, and we're going to just try and get more of this done. So, without further ado, I think I spammed my thing too hard. I showed too hard. I should calm down. And yeah, here we go. So, we've established the two different kinds of skives. Now I think we should really get into the utilitarian aspect here. That's nigh innumerable applications. I feel like in doubt as a who. So yeah, we're gonna, most of these are 3 paragraphs, so I think that we can sort of keep this length. But I do want to like eke out a little bit more about how this works and feels. Neighborhoods, towns, and we probably need to establish some of these. I think the only really strong one in terms of heritables that we have so far is with the EFS. You've got Raptor Riders and Kennebec, and that's a strong part of the culture. So I think that this will come out in individual locations. Like I imagine heritable morphs having to do with swimming, breathing water is going to be really important in the Danefangs because of, well, reasons we'll get to. They're more, Denmark is basically islands at this point. But yeah, here we go. Neighborhoods. I live together. Or to there. Q there. Physiology. Alright. So I think that we can let that rest. We'll come back later. We're on to technology in the Republic. And we don't want to just repeat ourselves here. I think that there's an important distinction to be made with the EFS and the Republic, but let's look at what's going on here. Let's gonna get that off of here right now. Odicast is pretty particular to EFS. Soil is super Akroydiesel. The sloshing remains mass. Together. This is really more about the Akroydiesel Age than it is any particular. I think that means that we really need to talk about what the Akroydiesel Age means for the Republic. Or we just need to branch out to what sorts of technologies are peculiar to the Republic, or just, yeah, I think. Freely shared. Well, I think I mentioned this in the technology section in some of the rulebook, and they have been civilian needs. And source of fascination. Most escort. Who's dear? It's in their city. It's in the military bases alike. Yeah, alright, I think that we're doing well. Attempts to recreate. I think that we should touch on Akroydiesel. Parts of the brewer is, do I capital B the brewers? I think in the lowercase b for now. Most universally respected needs are a universal brewer. Brewers are a universally respected trade. I'm capital T the trade though. Brewers are a universally respected trade. Trade, and there is little the meant as such. Which is a bit more mainstream. Still. No, diesel has no. Diesel. It's underway and stuff. In Starland counts for pollution, and that does not account for that horrible sentence though. Hold on. Phase to improve or augment the fuel's capacity. Many such efforts. Many such efforts are underway in Starland. This accounts for its forward pollution. Much of its forward pollution. Alright. Moving right along. The Liberty Cast, that's really, we can't really compare. But I think that there should be something. I think that we should really delve here into the Republic's culture and something that's unique to the Republic's culture that you're not going to get the Liberty. Well, you can get the Liberty Cast in other parts of North America, and like technically all around the world, but it's not a cornerstone the way that it is in the EFS and WFS. I think that we really want to get into discussing. We have a few vague cultural things, but they're vaguely Germanic. They're not about the Republic perhaps as much as I would like. Maybe this is something that I come back to, because it's not like Liberty Cast. I just decided, oh well, here I am in the list. What I'm going to put. Stay tuned. Yeah, so we're not going to bite that yet. In the wilds of the Republic. So we're going to discuss here what's really going on with the Republic in terms of the wilds. We've established it's a bit more tame than other countries, and they started to look outwards. But I think I address in actually life in the Republic. Maybe do I need to take a paragraph from here down there? Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I think that we're steaming along nicely. Okay. How to address something. All right. So yeah, no, we're good. We're good. We are continuing on. Let's check chat. Chat is not chatty. So here we go. We're getting some nice vague hinty things. Maybe they don't capitalize that H. There is there's a constant threat from the Alps of drakes flying down and ravaging the countryside. But also all adjoining provinces suffer. And there are ravages to combat the beast's entire battalions of. Now I talk about the monster killers up here, and I use whatever the German word I'm using is. Mortar. I know there's a double O or. It's definitely not going to be. Where would it be though? Where have I written this? Death in the Republic, maybe. No, it was actually in political parties. It's about the trades. Yeah. Entire battalions of monster killers have been put together and strong redoubts. They align key to defend the countryside and cities alike from this organic airborne threat. How many issues of the wilds are regional? In the Republic, there's Yvropa Burning. Those maybe this should be about international relations in light of the war. You can see own treachery waiting to happen. Yeah. Just the thought of suffering a Iberian in one's midst. You would slit your throat. Imagine slide. Imagine slide. Many issues of the wilds are regional. Blah 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 blah. All right, I think that we're getting something here. So generally speaking, I guess we're establishing the threat of people, of, you know, rural people. Consumer situations. All right, so I think we've knocked out a lot. We got a problem here with social events is so fucking big. Do I upgrade these or I don't? We'll worry about that later. Oh, boy. So to bring you up to speed, I don't know where you came from, but this is I'm working on a splat for my tabletop RPG, the Akroydiesel Age RPG, and I'm doing a little bit of world building. Okay, so maybe it's easiest if I maybe it's the easiest if I hop in here and just show you. This is East Coast North America in the Akroydiesel Age, right? This is the Eastern Free States. This is what is covered in the main. You can think of it as player's handbooks, but it's not. The core rules, the one book core rules that has been released thus far, right? This is the official material that's out for the Akroydiesel Age RPG right now. The expansion is going to add not just the Republic area, but also the Franco-Iberian League, France and Spain, Czech Republic, a bit about Poland, not Italy. That's going to be a whole other book. Britain too. I'll cover a bit about the Scandinavian countries, but this is the year 2714. It's a diesel punk world, and much has changed. So if you'd like to be brought up to speed, I mean, I can drop the link to the wiki. But yeah, and I'm of course available on Discord, and you can even, hop in and join if you'd like. I'm just hanging out in my Discord, and yeah, over here. Actually, wait, I do not have the Discord app up. That's a lie. I'm not hanging out in the Discord, but if you want to, I can hop in there as well. Join in me, and I can explain things as we go. But basically, there's a fluff document here that's like 74 pages of the background and of everything like slang and prices of tickets to places, people you can hire to, like, what's the place like, what's the religion like, what are these places like, blah blah blah, all the various states. Each one of these has an entry, so like this is Virgio, and you can go figure out everything that you want to know, or a lot of it anyway, by just scrolling down here and popping right into Vergio. We get information about what it looks like, what the political situation is, society, economy, unique things like bounty hunting is big in Vergio, border conflict, what's the conflicts like, and what's the violence like, how are you gonna get killed by monsters and such, and bandits, and wind up in a fight. And yeah, that's the sort of thing that we're doing, but now for the Republic right now for this stream, but this book will cover even more than that. And that's what these splats are going to expand on, and the splat campaign is eventually going to entail, I hope, the entire world. That's my ambition. So yeah, that's the situation that we have, and I I don't know if that's really enough to bring you up to speed. I did drop the wiki link, and that's got things to like the Discord and just information about the world and blah blah blah. The actual play podcast, but I should probably slow my chill roll and just try and get some stuff done right now. You hit me up with any questions, of course, and I'll be happy to answer them. So I think that we're through the wilds. I'm not sure that I like what we've got here. I'll probably revisit it, but we've got something. Yeah, now the states. Okay. Yeah, we've got this. I think this is when we dive in. Maybe Northern 11, Southern 6 is a nice division. Maybe we should divide it based on like the OGs and new arrivals. Established Denmark is the newest one. Village A and Typhon get added-ish. You know, then there's Milan Turin, Trento, Österreich. Alpen probably didn't join too early. But for now, let's just hop in and let's figure it out. Let's get a feel for these individual locations. Boom. Danzheim, or the Dane Fangs. In ages long past, there was a land called Denmark, but then the floods came and washed away the land. Pictured above. The Danes were tenacious, though, and they refused to flee as the waters rose. To save their country, they built walls. Stacked earth, moved rock, poured the the kinds of concrete that have not been seen since before the Lost Age. Through toil and torrential downpour, the old stories go, the Danes took back their home from the ever-encroaching sea. But that was centuries long past. And now, how the wall should buckle and leak. The Isles of the Dane. The Dane Fangs. For the Dane Fangs. Return. Place for I fucking am I calling two things the beautiful ones already? Like I gotta slow my roll. Those was known as I can't I'm really this is horrible. I can't believe I'm doing real build and stream and just straight up Google translating things. Kinda can though, because I'm trash. But I digress. As in English blessed. I really gotta slow this Google Translate thing, but can't stop, won't stop. The beautiful ones. Alright, here we are, here we are. We gotta finish this up. Our turbulent place. For a people. The Danes have learned to master the sea and rise with the tide. And though the Aga knows much sorrow and chaos, they rise ever again to face. Alone amongst their settlement. This is one place where all threats of the rising tide and no always dry land. Copenhagen, the great city of the Danes, and claims owner over all the Dane things by right. I'm getting way longer winded here than I was in the original. So this is like what it looks like. The walled islands. Struggles of today. The walled islands. Dane fangs by right of time immemorial. This is rejected in varying degrees by the islands and islets of the Danes. However, in Copenhagen, joined the public. Good. Sources to the people. The Danes, many relented. Capital. In turn, concede as before. Still, some resent management and routine must be for pirates. It's assisted by the very people they have come to help. Alright, so we handle the floating islands here, we float the independent ones here. This is what's going on. I think this actually goes here. I think that if we again look to this as sort of an example, scality, political situation, social life, the Dane life. We'll call it the Dane life. It's not the thug life, it's the Dane life. The Dane life. Oh, Moy, do you speak German? I know several German speakers. Their reactions have generally been that you know, it's either kind of like funnily spelled, or that, you know, it's been so many hundreds of years that they're like, it's whatever in terms of the names. But yeah, I would love your feedback on some things. You can hit me up on the Discord. So the Dane life. All right, what kind of things are we looking at here? You got to think about the kinds of situations that they would find themselves in. I mean, fairly waterlogged, probably a lot of seafood. Danes have. It is said anything that grows beneath the briny waves has been killed, cooked, and consumed. And that any they said any life that grows beneath the waves has been killed, cooked, and consumed by a Dane at least once. Even if it was poor. That's a better way to put that. The Danes must largely sustain themselves in the sea. Their land is poisoned by a constant slosh of salt water. Most settlements are made around salt water purification plants that hopefully or partially be functional, even ones partially submerged below sea level. Up to constantly dry land, battles or skirmishes. Oh, you're German. Cool. Well, yeah, obviously this is a great splat for people who are into Germany and German culture, or happen to be German. Obviously there's like some funny things here. The Republic has Northern Italy. They've got Austria. They've got, you know, Belgium, the Netherlands, Denmark. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of questions I'd like to ask you, actually. One being, how did you find the stream, if you don't mind my asking? Did you see like a Facebook post or a link in a Discord? Anyway, we can carry on here. The Dane life. These locations are constant. Fresh water. Loyalty in Danish culture. Terrors of the sea and terrors of the deep. Fortunes of the piracy from the north. And shores. And the reavers. Reavers crisscross. And every Dane. Aid before. Adulthood. Many turned themselves from desolate and crime and islets, or pushed by a rival clan. So we're sort of establishing the neo-Viking situation here. It's not exact. We're not going to call it that. I hope we're not going to call it that. I'm bad enough using all this Google Translate. But Oh, hold on, wait a minute. You're German. You weren't here earlier. But let's get up to the politics part. Bundesorgan. So, how ridiculous does that sound? All right, so Bundesorgan. It's supposed to be like the unicameral legislature of the republic. The idea being it's a federal body or a federal organ. I don't know how silly that is to an actual German speaker, though. I didn't want to just call it the Bundestag. I didn't want to, because I don't know. I didn't want it to sound too much like it's modern Germany, because it's not, as a fairly unique political system, and it's more of a successor state to the EU than it is to the Federal German Republic. But obviously, it wound up in the same location with most of the same people, so it's got a very mixed heritage. Terrors of the sea, terrors of the deep. More deathly is the matter of the waves. The waves in the pressure of deep like a life there, urging into whale punk. More deathly things than humanity. Horror. Horrible sea beasts. Krakens and Hodons. Like the Kraken. And huge shark-like megalodon. Keely in feature in every salty sea shanty and hushed tale told in waterfront taverns. Purple sea beasts like the kraken, huge shark-like megalodons feature in every salty sea shanty and hushed tale told in waterfront taverns. Their presence is real. Their limbs can scales can withstand. And hunger knows no bounds. So say. And the Danes are known as a people of commerce across northern Yvropa. I'm gonna look up Dane Guild real quick. regardless of the truth. There's an odd fact that it is, and this itself creates instability. And we've got a lot there. I think we can move on to Tiefland. Oh, look, it is 3:08. So this is going to be the first break. I will be right back. I'm just gonna like hit the bathroom or whatever. But stay tuned. And it's your boy Leland, he back. All right. We back. So, Tiefland. Very underwater, but also the Dutch have a way of avoiding being underwater. So this is going to be interesting. And I think important distinctions need to be made between what's going on here and what's going on in the Dane Fang to make it not sound like, oh, they're both Long Islands. So I so strongly want to keep this. It isn't even funny, but we're not gonna call this. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna. having to physically restrict. We are. We are. Fuck it. And Tiefland is a place. Tieflands. Wait, is that really the difference? Oh. Oh, that's just an American and Canadian English thing, actually, so. Fuck that. And levies keep. Well, and nice and dry. Fertile soil. Crops. Abundant. Walnut should stay. Tiefland's people are well known for the master water, an extensive series of dams, dikes. Was changing conditions of men have required new solutions and additions to avoid vast stretches of the country from crashing beneath the wave. Ah, fuck, I just popped something behind my ear, didn't I? Whatever. We're good. We're good. So, we're now going to move on. So that's the physical situation. What's the political situation like? I'm pretty sure that's the progression I go with these other places. Yeah, physical, political, social. You know what? Why not just let's cop out. Let's just figure out how I feel about this. That sounds interesting. I love nuts. I don't like nuts, if I'm honest with you. First of all, let's zoom the fuck in on this shit. Multiparty democracy named and Institute voor Publiek en Politiek. Information on vegetable system in English. People in other countries want to know the. Guns, bars, and other ones. Now I'm not going to read these on stream, but it helps to have a look. So that's interesting. 3 kings, 3 queens, and a regent. So I'm thinking that the Netherlands still has a king or a queen. I think this is a source of some contention. Beneath the crown. Beneath the crown's gaze. It is unique. Oh. States that it has a hereditary position, that of monarch. Held in the Republic, in reality, the monarch is a little more than a rubber stamp, so stamp slinger. During the Lost Age. Eurozone. Was again adjusted. Theoretically, power in the event modern achievement history. So we're setting up something a little weird here, in the same way that Rhodes is a little bit of an outlier, and we're trying to tie it into the history of what came before in a vague enough way that we're not asking someone to do real homework. I don't normally think too long about the justifications for what I'm doing, but obviously I'm trying to make it slightly more exciting to watch. So I'm just giving you a little thought process there. Tiefland is political. On contrast between Frank and who nuclear goals and increasingly duplicitous. Since we all think they're true. Let's move further. I think we're going to discuss here so there's some history between Tiefland and Belgium, and I was considering making a single Dutch state. And now I'm thinking it would be more zesty if there had been a singular Dutch state and Belgium broke away, reasserting Belgian independence. I find that interesting. I don't know why it would happen, but, you know, we're here making stuff up, y'all, so I think we can figure something out. The Dutch Rift. The Dutch Rift. Wake of the Lost Age. People moving in like distinct countries. Time wore on, however, they began to remember why their ancestors were on those lines in the first place. Instead, around 100 years ago. No, we're not going to give it a date. It came to a head after they misspelled the file and whatever. Brussels sprouts. Things came to a head after riots in Brussels. Any means disorder in Belgique Because we're not gonna say Belgian. We're too cool. So. This. So. Getting a little conflict here. The ensuing civil war started breaking. Did integrate master between the two nations. That's and was unwilling to be if the Dutch state left. This is the Republic. Leading to membership to various bordering states of the Dutch, coerced by the commerce. Surefire get path to lasting or I'd say convinced. As the Republic offered association the membership to various bordering states, the Dutch, convinced by the Communist Party, feared that the capital might be. So hold on. The capital of the Netherlands is. Why do I want to say Antwerp when I'm almost positive it's Amsterdam? Yes, Amsterdam. Where even fucking is Antwerp? No. It's just, that's just a place in Belgium. Anyway. The surefire path to lasting wealth and prosperity. Phew. Their capital and placed over all of the Dutch. And this quest to join the Republic. It's remained separate. Of course, it was no. Hope it's quicker. Crisp the walker. Crisp the waffles quicker. Yeah. So, moving on. Or rather, are we? We've got some stuff for Tiefland. We're getting to Belgium. We're getting around. We're hopping around the states, and I don't know. Part of this is what do we want? One thing I really actually want to visit is Milan, Turin, and we've got an hour and a half left, so more than that's gonna get done. But yeah, I'm not feeling it right now with the Dutch. I feel like I'm halvesing. I gotta get more Dutch before I can really weigh in there. But let's talk about A Tale of Two Cities. Let's talk about Milan. Let's talk about Turin. Capital of Lombardy. It's great. Lombards are a Germanic group. Fashion and design capital. That I want to know. Oh. This I like. They didn't get rid of them, did they? I hope not. I really hope not. Long city walls. Different systems defending walls. The oldest Roman walls developed in 2 stages. Blah 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 blah. It seems like there's kind of everywhere. Yeah, see, they have long since outgrown these defenses. Some dude hanging out. It's like, hey, what's up? Here's the Spanish walls. Okay. Fuck that. That's a shame. I mean, obviously, most of these cities have outgrown the need for these walls, and they weren't effective anymore. But I really was getting crazy about those walls. Oh, hello. All right, Turin. Wow me. All right, so Piedmont, and then this is the combination of Piedmont and Lombardy we're pulling here from Milan, Turin. Is there a rivalry? I really want there to be a pre-existing rivalry we can play up. But obviously we can just make one. I mean, this is thousands of years. This is hundreds of years past, and at this time, things would have changed anyway. Juventus FC. Oh wait, yeah, no, Turin and Milan do have a famous rivalry. Okay, that's great. That's great. That works exactly like I wanted it to, more or less. So yeah, you know I had to do it to him. Eternal rivals. I kind of want to like use the suggestion of them like looking at each other over a valley, but I'm sure that that's not actually the situation here. Like one of them's near some mountains and the other's in a plain. I'm almost certain that that's how this works out. Open climate. Oceanic. Not what I want. All right. So. Oh wow, that's long. I was about to say, I think I thought that I copied these original ones briefer, but obviously some of them is long as fuck. Eternal rivals. Compete for trade. Oh. Okay. Sports. Trade. All right. Andy. In control. The state's capital infamously spends half of the year. I'm gonna say they winter in I don't know if there's I wonder which is better in the bitch. I mean, I don't really know that much about Italy. And I'm gonna do a lot more research on Italy for condottieri, but this is, you know, I'm not making condottieri yet. In Turin, it's kind of beach. We'll say summer in Turin and winter, and not that these states half the year in Milan and half in Turin. Seasons aren't reliable in Ada anyway, so we won't bring that up. And half in Turin. The long stand in these two states. These two cities stretches back to beyond the lost age. Or one assumes they've always battled for control. And have it. But no, hold on. Okay. And am I doing this right? It's Turin and plains cover with Milan forever. Oh. I'm joined with the southernmost state, the Republic. Let's check chat. Sorry, I just saw you guys saying that my current setup not very great for chat interactions. I'm realizing. A long-standing feud between those cities stretches back to the lost age. Mountainous Turns, plains covered Milan, are joint southernmost state of the Republic. Scenic. Indian, Chinese, blah 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 blah. Effect? Yeah, it might be effect there. I'm not sure. A scenic gateway to the Western Mediterranean. convenient gateway to the Western Mediterranean. This land is far warm. Public. I think that I'm really just going with physical descriptions up top. No, I mean, yeah, I think, the dangers in the Alps. Alpine drakes and English times for something drag on potential holiday. So too the Genoans claimed free city. Coast. All right. So we're going to discuss here Tale of Two Cities, the Italian Connection, Monterey, blah 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 blah. Let's take into consideration our decisions that we made here. Because what is supposed to be the border? Yeah, we got a lot more to the west, east. At Verona, we got Padua. What did I actually make the border? I'm not seeing anything in particular, honestly. No, there's Monaco. You might mention that. Free city, freeloaders. And the offers flow. Lucrative gambling, racing. Good prizes. A nexus for travel by. Yeah. Next. Alright, so and last time I didn't really give each of them an independent one, but I think that I'm gonna put the free cities on this independently, so we're not going to delve too deeply into it, but we are going to talk about the interaction the same way that we do with Jersey and Ocean City. So maybe I should look at what's done there. And we should have a talk about that. Pillars of Smoke. Dangers of the City. Dangers of the Wilds. Ask Cash and Kicker. Social. I could have sworn that there was like an independent section on no, I just throw Ocean City around a lot. Alright. Oh, that's one way of doing it. Yeah, there's a lot of background here, but essentially speaking, like macro structures that change the ecology of basically entire continents are not that uncommon that were built between 2000 and 2200, right? The Greenfall doesn't occur until around 2200, and this is 2714 after that. And much of this stuff was just made out of functionally infinitely self-repairing materials, and not everything, obviously. A lot of stuff is ruined or fallen apart or been replaced. But for example, all of the major highways, there's almost no way to destroy them, and that's part of why they're still there, and there are societies based around the road. Because I mean, they haven't paved such impressive things. Although I mean, some of them the Republic might have, but like in the EFS, a lot of things are based around highways, and they become borders and nexuses and focus points. Because basically all of these gold things you see here are still there in the Akroydiesel Age, because all of the major byways of the land were repaved such that they would be, you know, self-repairing ad infinitum. So yeah, but no, you're right. It is a liability, but someone would need to use a very impressive weapon to kill those people, which they could do. Like it's a threat. That's a great concern because the FIL is presently invading, you know, going through Belgium. So that is sort of a risk that is here in the Akroydiesel Age that the people who built it originally weren't really having to deal with. Plus, like, it depends on how self-contained they are. So, like, I didn't want to make it exactly like the Danefangs, but basically, you know, they all have their independent walled islands, and obviously they didn't. Like, these things can break apart because we talk about in this how they do, but that's not the current situation with Typhland, and maybe because they only had really one thing to upkeep, or not one thing. That's not a proper representation of how that dike system works. But basically, yeah, there's concerns to be had in terms of water level, but a lot of this is based off of things that are just like not terribly relevant to the stream, or like they are explained somewhere else in the fluff. But yeah, I can understand why people would say, "Hey, that's supposed to be underwater," but that's true and not true of a lot of things in this, and I've kind of had to play it fast and loose. This isn't meant to say there is actually 60 meters of sea level rise, but it's close. It's in the ballpark, and I kind of play it fast and loose with sea levels as advantages me. For example, this, you know, basically cuts off halfway through Florida. Here Alright, dikes for days. Too fun to loot. Beneath of a crown's gaze. Hamburg I want to do. That's also an island. Because, you know. And I mean, there are solutions. Like, there were floating arcologies in, like, 2020 on. The 2200. And the floating island solution is talked about in the Dang Fangs. That's what the beautiful ones are. Where were we? Yeah, the beautiful ones. There was another way of thought as the waters rose. It was a time of miracles, and some miracle workers of the Danes decided they'd rather float than root themselves down. They sliced up the ground from the rock of the earth and scooped it into floating white shells. Legends tell they could steer them with their minds. So, like, obviously there's some stuff going on here. I'm thinking that might be the solution for what's going on with Hamburg, but geostabilized like an anchor or something. Alright, we're down to 3 viewers. Coming up on hour 4, I will probably take another 5-minute break when that hits. But let's try and focus on something else for now. Titles of the sea, titles of the deep. On to state. Talk about Berlin, talk about Greater Saxony, Thuringia. We get into Thuringia earlier. Because we talked about them a bit. And origins and backgrounds, yay. So let's have a look-see. Yeah, I think they sort of popped out. Good crossroads. Crossroads. Very center trans. Essential. The public. Roads and rails, crisscross. Indian countryside. Alright, Center of Transit for the Republic. Roads and rails crisscross the Thuringian countryside. Thick timber. Hue. And winding interlinking alleys make for maze-like province. Maze-like state. Easy for strangers. I think one more sentence. What can I say that really tells you something meaningful about what kind of trains in Thuringia, though? There caves in Thuringia? I mean, I could make them up, but I feel like over its vast forests. Mountain peaks. Mountain peaks. Did they say punctuate? Because I feel like it's cheating to. Yeah. Mountain peaks. Dot the thick woods. Dot the thing is thick woods. I think that's enough. We have not been talking about various parties ways enough, so I'm pretty sure that's how I open up most of these political things. All right. Over a trade state. Thuringia. Use of tradition and the land. Commerce Party. One. That's cheaper. Draw. And that's for you. Mass scale. Comes these. Stitcher. Body. Body is more local small alternatives or vengeance than the main arrivals here. What do we talk about? Talk about lumberjacks, talk about their foot in Weimar. Thuringia. Making the profit by fueling these lanes of commerce. Blah 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 blah. It gives the people of Thuringia making their profit by feeding and fueling the lands that cross. Means across the lands. Sounds a little lame, honestly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the sentence. Whatever. What's a socializing thing here? Yeah. Rule through. Indians prefer to stay themselves. Erecting thick walls to hold off what stalks the woods at night. As for the cities, they are largely ruled by this here effort or Weimar. The third city of spires is the heart of the universalist revival in the Republic. The Northern Republic. Supplicants come each day to find religion. Meanwhile, Weimar represents and some more modern mode of the Republic's life. The Republic's more modern Republic's history. I think I'm going to take that break. I will be back in 10. So you just hang tight. And we're back. We've got about 15 minutes left of the stream. I think we're going to talk about Landel, because I haven't thought about Landel literally at all, other than maybe finding its name and then being surprised when I rediscovered it. So, hey. Well, Leslie, what's going on, yeah? This was Landel. It's a little land, you know what I'm saying? It's a little landy land. Candyland. Capital, I presume to be Stuttgart. Lots of woods, some hilly stuff along the Rhine. The south, you got Switzerland, you got the Alps. You got chaos. You got a nice water border here. The Bodine Obersee. Yeah, so I'm at a janky border with Bavaria. And yeah, that's the situation in Landel. I'm not feeling struck by the theme of Landel. I feel like there's gotta be some theme here. I mean, it's probably where most of the Swiss who are hoping that the cantons become part of the Republic are. So I wonder if I just play that up, but I want there to be something about what is Stuttgart known for. I know immigrants. Every third inhabitant is a foreigner. All right. So it's a city of the world, right? It's walls. They don't have anymore. Man, they got into some weird looking shit. Yeah. Yeah, that checks out. Huh. So, I think I got an idea. Oops. Phew. West. East. Landel. To the south. Stuttgart, the capital. The city, world. Its buildings, homes, all. Yeah. Past and its denizens. Germanic, Swiss, Frank. Perform groups like the new mittens. people of Met. The land. I really want a landscape. We doing it. Political life of Landom. And something swing state. Strongly anti-partisan view. Representing anti-partisan ideals of the Republic. They refuse to particular party. Campaign spending. There's no side that can be assured its value. They care more for individual than that of the party. Stuttgart itself. It's frequent. Commerce Party policies being very much city in the world. It's boast fires for great wealth and berries for workers coming with itself set records for new citizen applications. And I feel like maybe we should distinguish citizenship in the Republic a bit more firmly than in the EFS and talk about things that citizens can do and non-citizens can't do. I feel like that would be a fun meme, and like players trying to jump through the hoops of becoming citizens. I don't know how fun that would be though, but also I kind of like the idea. We'll visit later. Stuttgart solicits records for new citizens applicants. Applications. Niche parties. Culture. Self. As we empty the old world. Great pains of Zord. Since